wrong ways of completing your needs. Is it about being whole? Is about trying to get something on the outside to meet our needs so I could feel complete. 3 areas in our life we try to meet the needs of maybe loneliness, the need of being complete, the need of feeling more than we are. We tend to look for it in relationships. Maybe if a person loves me, then I'll feel like I belong. I feel good about myself. That's number 1. Number 2, a group of people. Could be a bunch of people. Maybe this community. Maybe it's another community. Maybe it's a church. Maybe it's a synagogue. Maybe it's something, an organization that could help me connect and help me feel like I'm whole, like I belong. Or maybe it's something that I do. Maybe it's my job, or maybe it's me serving the poor. Maybe a purpose will make me complete. So those are usually the 3 things that most people go into. There's many others. But the problem with that, again, we're looking for the outside to bring in what only could be done on the inside. It's an inside job, but we're looking for it from the outside. The problem is loneliness is not resolved by relationship. Loneliness is not resolved by relationship. It is not resolved by a group of people. For me, myself, I've been in a group of people and still feel alone. I've been in relationship and still felt alone. If it was relationship and if it was a group of people that would solve that problem, that didn't do. And I know I'm not the only one. Many people have. Because a group of people makes individual people. That's not the answer. A group of people or a job or a purpose is just a supplement to the answer of completion. They're part of the answer, but they're not the answer. And I'm going to get into the answer right now. But again, what happens when we seek other people to feel us, to be complete, to feel us, those unmet needs that we have, which is actually started from our childhood? What it does, it creates a deep feeling of desperation. It creates a deep feeling of anger. It creates a deep feeling of frustration. And with that feelings, because you're trying to actually get this thing outside of it also creates you to settle for whoever comes across, like a relationship. And when you settle in a relationship because there's this desperate need of being met, or I need to belong, I need to be loved, I need all those things, which are good. But when you start to have that desperation, that need that it needs to come from the outside within me so I can fix what's inside of me, what happens is you start avoiding and disregarding the red flags, the brokenness of somebody. That's why people could get into a relationship with a person that's completely broken but not see it. Being in a constant relationship, in a dysfunctional relationship, and not being able to get out of it. Why? Because they still hang on to this false hope that this person could meet that need. Maybe not consciously, but subconsciously. Another thing that you find yourself being is codependent. You're codependent, which leads to manipulation and control. Codependency is when you do find somebody and now all that you're doing is you're putting your whole in that. You're full on. They become your world. They become your God, pretty much. And then you become their slave. You become easily manipulated, or you manipulate. So those are the deeper, worst part about that need for either a relationship, a job, or a group of people to feel that unfulfilledness that's inside of you. I didn't say that you don't go there, meaning that those people are not necessarily having a great job or having a relationship doesn't help, but is not the all and answer. One of the things you want to first realize is, who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Recognize your need. Recognize your need, your self-worth, your self-image, your self-esteem, your self-confidence. What are some of the needs that you have in each of those areas? Who are you? Recognize those, because there's some brokenness that has happened to you. You were fragmented. That means something happened to you in your path that broke you. And then you're walking around with different fragments, but you're not whole yet. So you got to, first of all, recognize that need, recognize the need. And I'm not saying not to recognize the need. I need something more, but recognize that it's not somebody else, okay? But I do need to be whole. I need to be filled. And the second thing is surrender the needs to someone else, to have someone else meet that need. Surrender the need to have someone else, another relation, another group, or a job, or a career to meet. You got to surrender that. Surrender is letting go of the expectation that something on the outside will fill me in the inside. And lastly, is surrendering is also reconnecting with your true self, which is connected to God. That's where it all starts. It all starts with your original self. You're the carbon copy of who you are, okay? And that was before the pain. That means that surrender doesn't mean you just sit there and accept. No, you recognize it, but you do something about it. You're seeking for life. You're seeking for help. You're seeking, and you do whatever you need to do. You're journaling, you're connecting. But first, you got to recognize that the outside person, group, job does not replace and will not give you that wholeness. You come in with this new ways of being where you are complete first with you. Your job is to complete you. And that completion starts with you and you and you alone. You, and I believe for me, my relationship with God, my relationship with my higher power, it may be your relationship with God or higher power, whatever you believe, that's beyond you. It has to be beyond you, because in your own self, you're only limited. You're limited to things, you're limited to your own mindset, you're limited to your own trapping of your mind. So it's got to be way outside of you. Yes, people could pull you out and help you. Groups could help out, but they're not the end. Because if you do that, you're going to blame them. You're never going to find a perfect group anywhere you go. You're never going to find the perfect mate, or you're never going to find the perfect job. Okay. Well, thank you so much for watching my videos. Please do subscribe if you like the video, and please share it. And also click on the bell button there so you can be notified with any new videos that I come out with. Thank you.